Welcome to New Possibilities. I speak truth to power without fear. So this is part 2 to this issue of Donald Trump's disastrous press conference. I mean, that press conference was ridiculous. It was absurd. This man was all over the place. He was a mess. And it is a shame that this man is actually the president of the United States. This man repeatedly talked about Hillary Clinton during this press conference. The campaign is over. You are the president of the United States. Hillary Clinton at this point is irrelevant. Why are you deflecting and bringing up Hillary Clinton? Why are you obsessed with Hillary Clinton? That's not a good look. This man was asked about his administration's ties to Russia. He was asked about these reports of his campaign officials being in touch with Russian intelligence. And this man made a ridiculous statement. This man said that the leaks are real and the news is fake. So the leaks that revealed that his administration had been in touch with Russian intelligence and Russian senior officials, that's real, but the stories about it are fake. That makes no sense at all. The leaks revealed the connections, revealed the contacts, but yet this man has the nerve to say that the news reporting on this is fake. That's nonsense. This man said that he inherited a mess. I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, unemployment is down to around 4%. What mess are you talking about? When Obama took the White House, when he became president of the United States, this country was in a recession. That's a mess. Unemployment was around 8% for the nation, nearly twice what it is right now. That's a mess. The United States was involved in the Iraq war. That's a mess. And the war in Afghanistan. That's a mess to inherit. So this guy, Donald Trump, doesn't know what he's talking about. He doesn't know the definition of a mess. And then this man repeatedly lied during this press conference. He lied about the margin of victory in terms of the Electoral College. This man said that he had the largest margin of victory since Reagan. And one of the reporters called him out on this, pointed out how Obama won the Electoral College by 365 votes, more than Donald Trump. He also pointed out how Bush won the Electoral College by 426 votes, way more than how much Trump won the election. And this reporter basically said, well, how can anybody trust what you're saying when you're lying about this? Lying about something that can be easily debunked. During this press conference, and I'm glad that that reporter's name is Peter Alexander. I'm glad he called him out on this, confronted him with the actual numbers, fact-checked him live, and corrected him. Because, these people in the Trump administration, they lie repeatedly. They put out false information constantly. False information that's easily rebutted, easily debunked. And then they have the audacity to call the press fake news. And this man, during his press conference, he was talking about ratings, and he was making other statements, like talking about how much ratings he gets and all this and that. A lot of his comments were self-centered, and they reflect his narcissistic personality. This man is an egomaniac. He's a narcissist, and I think that it makes it difficult for him to be an effective leader. His staff counseled him against having this press conference, but instead he went ahead with it anyway and just freestyled and made a complete ass out of himself and out of this country. But that's what arrogance does for people. You know, that's what happens when people are arrogant. This man was asked about this travel ban. And this man had the nerve to say that he rolled it out in a smooth kind of way when there was all kinds of chaos about how that plan was rolled out. You know, there was chaos in the airports. There were protests in the ports. That thing was rolled out in a horrible way. Nobody in their right mind with any ounce of intelligence would say that that was rolled out smoothly. You know, the courts struck it down. You know, so obviously it wasn't rolled out well. And again, this man's demeanor during this press conference was rude, obnoxious, and just despicable. I mean, he was cutting people off, telling people to sit down, telling people to be quiet. He was very disrespectful in his comments. And when I thought about that, when I heard him talk to the press in such a disrespectful way, I just thought about how if he was black, there would be all kinds of condemnation of the way he conducted this press conference. And people are condemning the way he conducted it, but I think that it would probably be 10 times worse if that was Obama conducting a press conference in that way. I mean, this man would not even be president if he was black. Without a doubt. I mean, there's no way they would elect somebody like him to be president if he was black. There's no way that they would tolerate that. And I think his approach to the press is very troubling. You know, him dismissing criticism as fake news, him bashing the press. And that just raises questions about how free the press will continue to be under Trump. You know, what kind of tactics will he use to suppress the press? So those are just some of my concerns about this press conference. I think it was a disaster. It says a lot about this man's demeanor. It says a lot about his character. It says a lot about his lack of integrity. It says a lot about his dishonesty and his, you know, the fact that he lies constantly and his people lie constantly. Kellyanne Conway and that Sean Spicer. These people are a fountain of lies. And in the words of Hillary Clinton, you know, and y'all know I'm not a Hillary Clinton supporter, but she hit the nail on the head when she described Trump and his supporters as a basket of deplorables, because that's exactly what they are. So tell me what you think. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. Peace.